Welcome to Horror Lab, where we will study the aspects of horror both old and new, in all forms of media to find the richest elements of this genre. Here we will dare to peer upon the images and stories that truly scare us both psychologically and to our very human core. What are the aspects of these terrifying tales and pictures that leave us reeling and deep in thought about what we both saw and heard? To find this, we not only analyze but dissect the most powerful horror in today's modern and contemporary media in our very own Horror Lab experiments. I am your host, Scott Ackerman, and today's selection will be Junji Ito's Long Dream. Junji Ito, born July 31st, 1963. A Japanese horror manga artist, some of his most notable works include Tomie, a series chronicling an immortal girl who drives her stricken admirers to madness. Uzumaki, a 3-volume series about a town obsessed with spirals, and Gyo, a 2-volume story where the fish are controlled by a strain of sentient bacteria called the Death Stench. Some of the recurring themes of Ito's work include body horror, seemingly ordinary characters who begin to act out of irrational compulsion, the breakdown of society, deep-sea organisms, and the inevitability of one's own demise. Ito's universe is also very cruel and capricious. His characters often find themselves victims of malevolent, unnatural circumstances for no discernible reason, or punished out of proportion for minor infractions against an unknown and incomprehensible natural order. I have read every manga Junji Ito has authored and illustrated in its native Japanese, as well as seen every film adaptation his many works have had. I've also played one of the few games his grotesque creatures have appeared in, which many do not know includes the now defunct Silent Hills PT. That said, I would like to spend this video delving into my own personal favorite of Junji's work, simply known as Long Dream. Today I'm going to cover what separates the different plots in the manga version and movie version of Nagai Yume, which is the Japanese title for Long Dream. Starting first with the plot in the manga.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to die. But I've got no time left. I'm going to disappear from this earth. I'm going to cease to exist. No! Don't! Who's there? Dr. Kuroda, save me, please! I want to live!
We're using every resource to fight your condition, Mommy. We can't give up hope, so you mustn't either.
But it's my time.
I even saw him last night. Death came for me.
A girl named Mami is in hospital where she is awaiting brain surgery. She claims that the personification of death has visited her and that she is going to die soon. She pleads with her doctor, who is known as Dr. Kuroda, to save her, but Kuroda believes she is delusional. The man who visited her is actually another patient of his, known as Tetsuro Mukoda. Mukoda has horrific nightmares, which, although lasting only one night in our world, are the equivalent to a year or more in his dream world.
No, that man is not of this world. Look at his face. It's terrifying, inhuman. A devil in the dark.
A devil in the dark. That girl's got good instincts. Oh? Her awareness of her own illness, her heightened fear of dying. These are products of her intuition. But if he's started walking the halls at night, that is a worry. Perhaps he's too afraid to sleep. How is the patient doing now? He'll wake soon. Shall we take a look? I must confess, I'm not too familiar with his case, but he does seem interesting. Dr. Kuroda, could you tell me more? He had some unique dreams, I heard. Ah, that's right. You're new here, aren't you? Let's head over there, walk, and talk. His name is Tetsuro Mukoda. He's been here for around 2 months. He told me he's been having long dreams. Long dreams? How long do you feel they last for?
Let's see. They first began about a month ago, and every dream felt like it spanned 2 or 3 days.
So every time you woke up, you felt as though it had lasted a while?
No, it was inside the dream that I felt time drag on. I felt it. I didn't believe it myself at first. But with every passing day, the dreams grew longer. Had they been pleasant dreams, I wouldn't have minded, but the nightmares, they grew stranger, and I started losing it.
Huh? And now? How long do your dreams last?
Every night, about a year.
I was barely able to keep it under control at that point. Wow! A whole year?
You must believe me, Doctor. My day-to-day life is severely impaired. I can barely remember what happened yesterday. For me, it's like trying to remember what happened last year.
I thought he was lying, or at worst, that some kind of mental condition had led him to believe a lie. A year passing by in one night. It was absurd. In any case, I decided to admit the man and observe his sleeping patterns. And so it began. At this point, we watch as Dr. Kuroda begins to watch his patient very closely, monitoring every night that he dreams. Seeing that it only lasts as one night, he realizes his REM scales are off the charts. Something strange is definitely happening. His entire body convulsed, and his eyes darted frantically, but it was over as soon as it had begun. According to brain waves, it was then that he was in his deepest sleep. I had to wake him, then and there. Hey, get up, you must wake! Were you dreaming just now?
Where am I?
You're in a hospital.
Hospital?
You checked yourself in yesterday.
Ah, yes, I remember now. I was in hospital, wasn't I? Oh, I had a dream, all right. It was terrifying, and it lasted a year and a half.
A shiver went up my spine. He was telling no lie. I could just feel it. This man might actually have had a long dream. As I continued to observe him, I could only come to one conclusion. When he fell into a deep sleep, there was a brief moment where he went into convulsions. In that instant, he seemed to be dreaming. But for him, that one moment could feel like months and months. Hence the feeling of a long dream. But I still did not understand why he had the dreams at all.
Doctor, when can I expect to be cured?
We're still looking at how best to treat you. Your patience at this time would be a great help.
Last night I dreamt for 10 years, Doctor. My dreams are growing longer and longer.
I need you to understand this, Mr. Mukoda. Your long dreams are just an illusion. In reality, they last only an instant. There is nothing to fear.
You're only saying that because you have never dreamed as I have, Doctor. You have never felt how lonely they are, how lonely, how filthy, and how terrifying to behold. Last night, I was a soldier, trapped in the jungle, constantly on the run from the enemy. 10 long years, Doctor, so very long. The night before, I was stuck cramming for tests. 9 years of endless exams and all-nighters. Now, about 8 years of searching for a toilet that doesn't exist. How do you think that feels?
I get it, but it's like I told you, it's only an illusion. We're working very hard to isolate the cause of your dreams. If you could hold on a little longer.
All right, Doctor, but if you don't hurry, it won't be long until my dreams drag out to 100 years or 200 years. Were that to happen, I can't say what would become of me.
As we had feared, the perceived length of his dreams were rapidly growing. We could see that much with our own eyes. For example, after his 20th day at the hospital, he could remember only with great strain the events of the previous day. It was as if 50 years had passed overnight. After a month, he would wake up every day speaking with a different intonation than he had before. It was like he was trying to talk to someone from another century. His brain showed signs of actually having experienced such lengths of time. He seemed lost in a different time and space to our own. Recently, things have gotten even worse. Even his body itself is physically changing. It looks as if he has evolved over an extended time. Physically? That's right, which brings us to now. It's this one. Mr. Mukoda, are you awake? Where is this place? Who are you? Don't you remember? My name is Kuroda. I'm your doctor. He's been acting like this lately every time he wakes. It's possible he believes himself still dreaming. Where is Mommy?
Mommy, my love, where is she? We've been married thousands of years and she's never left my side. Yes, this must be the hospital where we first met. All those years ago we met and fell in love in our room, and you're the man trying to keep us apart. Where are you holding her? Where are you, Mommy?
We must stop him. Damn it, he's headed for Mommy's room. After seeing her in her room that night, he dreamed of her. He dreamed of marrying her. And in his mind, they've been together for centuries. He can no longer tell dream from reality.
Mommy! Mommy!
It's time to eat.
I don't want to. Come on, dear. I won't die. No, no, no.
Mommy! Mommy! Mommy?
Mr. Mukura.
No!
He's back for me. It's death.
Mommy, what's the matter?
Get out. Go back to your room.
Death. She called me Death.
So here's where things really start to pick up. Our patient, Mukoda, is now evolving or devolving, it's really up to you, the reader, to choose, into something that I suppose humans might predict they would become if they lived for thousands and thousands of years and evolved over generations. Of course, this is all happening in the dream world for Mukoda, and when he enters reality now, he starts to mix up what is dream and what is reality. He starts to believe people he is seeing in the real world he is married to in his dream world, and he himself is becoming sort of this insane mixture of evolution, aging, and utter befuddlement at his predicament.
I see. So it was all a dream. The years we spent together, nothing but a dream. In reality, I am not her husband. I am a man she screams at and calls death. Dr. Kuroda. I'm scared, Doctor. If these dreams keep getting longer, perhaps one day they will never end. And then, what will happen to me? What happens to the man who wakes from an endless dream?
No. Ah! No! I don't want to die, Mommy. I don't wanna!
She's not looking too good. The most severe problem seems to be her fear of death. I've never seen a patient so terrified. Is there any news of Tetsuro Mukoda? We can't even imagine how far into the future he's gone this time. Look. One night we recorded Mr. Mukoda's most severe convulsions and eye movements yet. One found it easy to believe he had fallen into an endless dream. That night I didn't leave his side until dawn. Was it even possible to wake from such a dream? And what would it be like if he did? And what could he have even meant by an endless dream? An instant, that's all it was. Could an eternity really lie in an instant? Or was that too long? Nothing but an illusion. But really, one only needed look at him. Huh? All that remained were the scraps of a lifeless husk. His spirit had long since departed for the endless dream. From the crumbled remains of his brain, we discovered crystals of unknown properties. As for me, I tried to find the link between these crystals in the dreams he had had. To no avail. The microscope would tell me nothing, no matter how hard I looked. Mommy's settled down now, hasn't she? It must be the beta blockers, but they didn't work before. Mommy, how are you feeling? Dr. Kuroda.
I feel a bit better today.
Is that so?
Just one thing. It's really weird. I've been having long dreams, like living out a whole month in a night.
Dr. Kuroda, it's about Mommy Takeshima. Have you noticed any changes in her condition? She said she's been having long dreams and they're getting longer and longer. So you've noticed it too. The changes will become physical, I suppose, just like his were. What could this mean, Doctor? Could there be a chance of contagion? No, I'll tell you and only you. The substance we extracted from Mr. Tetsuro Mukoda, I've been administering to her. What? You can't be! To find its true application, we would have to test it on humans sooner or later. No, then that means that you've been conducting experiments on Mommy Takeshima. Yamauchi. She's terrified of dying. What she fears most is nothingness. But what if she were able to dream forever? Then her spirit, my friend, would live forever too, even if it were just in the illusion of an instant. Say, we had the power to show everyone an eternal dream, then mankind need never fear death ever again. That's madness, Doctor! You would desecrate the souls of the dying! The movie adaptation or made-for-TV movie of this manga is almost the same in its plot until the point where one of the main characters, Mukoda, the man having the long dream, dies. Let me follow through with what happens exactly. So, we watch as Kuroda monitors Tetsuro Mukoda's very long dreams. At the same time, Mami is also in the hospital dying of brain cancer. But a subplot also exists that is not in the manga, in which Kuroda's wife had also died earlier before all of these events began, and he's been trying to find out some way to meet her again in the afterlife. This is not fully explained, or his beliefs in an afterlife are not fully explained, so it leaves us a little bit confused. Anyway, continuing on, the plot lines of the manga and the movie follow up to the point where Mukoda eventually dies from dreaming too long. His body breaks down, becomes crystals, and they kind of blow away in the wind as he is a nothingness now. Of course, just like the manga, Dr. Kuroda saves these crystals from Mukoda's death, puts them in a syringe, and injects Mami with these crystals to allow her to also have long dreams, seeing as she fears death, and this is the closest thing to immortality she can embrace. Where it really changes is the fact that Mami then finds out she is injected with these long dream crystals and commits suicide. At which point, Dr. Kuroda kind of spirals into insanity. His reputation is ruined. His fellow doctors accuse him of murdering Mami, or at least making her commit suicide. He then experiments on himself, thinking that entering this dream world or state of immortality will allow him to visit his now dead wife. That was also the subplot mentioned at the beginning of the movie. He slowly spirals into madness as his dreams get longer and longer, and he can't separate reality from what is dreams. And then the entire movie goes into a plot twist in which we found out the entire time, this entire movie has been Dr. Kuroda's long dream. And the entire plot has revolved around him, and he himself is also slowly evolving into this higher form of life that will eventually also break down into crystals and blow away into the wind.
Well guys, there you have it, a full analysis of Junji Ito's The Long Dream. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to see more of these analysis of horror manga / movies, please let me know in the comments below or by sharing this video. Until next time, I'm Unrested with the horror you requested.